So this is a video on aesthetics in hypnosis. And I'm going to put my hand up and say I've had several cracks at this video so far, and it's been a challenge for me to find the right words to convey what it is that I want to convey. So I'm going to give this another go now, and I'm going to keep it as super focused as I can. The main idea in this video that I want to share is that when it comes to hypnosis, aesthetics and functionality are intimately related to each other. In other areas of life, aesthetics and functionality might not be. You know, you could have an ugly but highly functional truck, for example, or an ugly but highly functional washing machine. So in these areas, aesthetics and functionality are not connected, but with hypnosis, I'm going to argue that they are. Now, before I share this perspective with you, I just want to say at the end of this video, I'm going to be letting you know about the Summer 2015 Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp, and I'm going to be letting you know about a very special offer I'm putting on for 1 week only. There are only 10 places available on this, and if you want to get this offer, if you want to find out about it, just hang around at the end of the video. But for now, I want to take that off and put that to one side. That'll be for the end of the video. So aesthetics and functionality. For me, aesthetics have always been important with hypnosis, and initially just for myself. I wanted to be doing something when I was doing hypnosis that I could really resonate with on the level of art and performance. And this is partly because I came into hypnosis at the same time that I came into mentalism. So I was looking at it from a performance perspective, how it came across to people, how it impacted people on that level. And that really shaped my approach to hypnosis and how I do it. But over time, I've come to see aesthetics as being something a lot deeper than just how something comes across and how it looks on a superficial level. I've come to see it as being an important facet of the art of hypnosis that really plays into its functionality. Okay, really plays into its functionality. I think with hypnosis, the uglier you make your hypnosis, the less you take care of aesthetics, the lower your success rate is going to be. The lower your level of buy-in for the whole thing that you're creating from the people that you're working with. I'm going to use good old Wikipedia here to give us some rough definitions to work with. I'm going to take a few bits from the opening paragraph of the Wikipedia page. It says, aesthetics is a branch of philosophy dealing with the nature of art, beauty, and taste. It is more scientifically defined as the study of sensory or sensory emotional values. Okay, so looking at it from this perspective, what we've got, if we take the first definition here, the nature of art, beauty, and taste. Okay, now art. You've probably heard me argue in 1 or 2 videos before that hypnosis is an art and not a science. It's an art, okay? And art has something to it that overlaps with beauty and taste. You see, art, beauty, and taste are all phenomena of experience. They are all phenomena of experience. Now, this is significant when it comes to hypnosis. My definition of hypnosis is the use of language and communication to direct attention, lead cognition, and seed ideas for the purpose of leading somebody into an altered experience of reality. So when you're working with somebody hypnotically, you are shifting their experience. You are drawing them into a different experience. You are working with them experientially. And this is a key thing. This is why aesthetics are important here. Art, beauty, and taste. Beauty is, as the old saying goes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's not in the object. It is not in the person. It is not in the thing. Things are not beautiful. They are perceived as beautiful by an observer, by a beholder. And this overlaps with one of the fundamental principles upon which hypnosis is built. It is the principle that we do not experience the world as it is, we experience the world as it occurs to us. This is why hypnosis can influence that experience. It can't change the world as it is, but it can change how the world is perceived. Okay? So we're working with perception, and beauty is a phenomenon of perception. We are working with the eye of the beholder. The beholder is your subject, your hypnotic subject. How they are beholding, how they are experiencing is what you are working with them to influence and shift. And taste. Taste. If something is not to somebody's taste, they are going to reject it. They're going to move away from it. So when you are creating a hypnotic experience for somebody, you want to create something that's going to gel with their taste, that's going to resonate with their taste, that's going to appeal to them. It's going to be beautiful for them, it's going to appeal to them, it's going to draw them in. This is what's going to have them engage deeply. If it's ugly, if it's distasteful, how are they going to be drawn in to the experience, you see? So it's a kind of major thing. And these are elements of art. This is why I say that hypnosis is an art. It's like poetry. The idea is to move people deeply in terms of their experience. So let's shift. Let's look at the scientific definition, or as it says here, more scientifically defined as sensory and sensory emotional values. Sensory and sensory emotional values. What are we doing as hypnotists when we're influencing people's experience? Well, what is their experience built from? It is representation through their sensory systems. That is what their experience is. It is taking the data of the outside world and creating an experiential, sensorial representation from the inside out. Okay? 100% of your experience of me speaking to you right now is taking place within your neurology. Of course, you're watching a video out there in the world or whatever, but the experience of it is within your neurology. The sensory representation of that is being created and is reverberating within your own, neurological system. So there's the data coming in, but there's also your internal response to it that comes up from the inside. This is the other side of experience. It's not just the data coming in and the sensory representation of the data coming in from the world around you. It's what comes up from inside of you emotionally, and where those two meet, that's what creates your experience. The sensory and the emotional meeting, coming together, dancing with each other, creating that flow of experience that you have in the moment. Okay? And as hypnotists, we want to work with shifting people's experience. That's what we're working with. We're working with the sensory, we're working with the emotional, and we're working with how they come together and how they intersect. So, from this perspective, you can probably see, when you understand hypnosis as an art, when you understand that you're drawing somebody into an experience, into a shifted and altered experience, aesthetics count. They really count. The art, the elegance, the flow, the beauty of what you do, it counts. It's all massive, important stuff. So, I said I would talk about the Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp, and it fits with what we've been talking about here, because my approach to hypnosis, I think it's important. I think all of these aspects are important. So with the Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp, yes, we're looking at hypnosis skills in terms of being able to run effective processes in skillful ways. So we're looking at the kind of timing, the rhythm, the flow from a process-based perspective and being effective from that perspective. But we're also looking from an aesthetic perspective. We're looking to make what you do elegant and artful and fluid and graceful. So the Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp is built out of, I use the term drills, but I don't really like that term, drills. Exercises, explorations, if you like. It's all hands-on stuff. It's all tactile, mind-on, in-the-moment stuff. Not so much information, all exercises and explorations. And it's about assisting you in going deep into the skill sets and deep into the art of hypnosis and becoming a graceful, fluid, impactful hypnotist yourself. The group is small, only 10 people in the group. And that way, not only am I able to create the kinds of exercise and explorations that serve the people in the room most deeply, but I'm also able to be on hand to give everybody personal feedback. You know, personal feedback on what they could shift, what they could change, different ways they could approach things, so as they can deepen their own art, their own way of doing this elegantly and fluidly and beautifully. You know, develop that way for themselves. So here's the deal. The deal is, the dates are the 27th and 28th of June. It's in Letchworth Garden City at my training rooms, which I'm moving out from later in the year. And normally it's £397, but for 1 week from when I'm making this video, a little over a week, I'm going to let those places be available for £275. So if you want to grab one of those places for £275, they're going to, on midnight of the 16th, Saturday the 16th, the price will go up to £397, which is the standard price for the Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp. If you want to grab one of those places, if there's still one left, go ahead, make sure you do that. Wherever you're watching this video, I'll make sure there's a link below so you can get to that page and you can get yourself booked on if that's something you want to do. It is probably going to be the last Hypnosis Skills Bootcamp I run this year. Okay, so if you want to get on this sooner rather than later, this is the one to be on, and you can get that great price until midnight on the 16th.